Good morning, all. So today we are going to focus on the bureaucracy, MB Foley, and Elton Mayo. So I'll be sharing the first question today, and regarding the first of all an introduction to bureaucracy, then Elton Mayo, etc. The most of the time there will be questions from bureaucracy, very important. All the time there will be some questions or some points that you need to address regarding the bureaucracy. So give importance to bureaucracy and learn all the ideas related to bureaucracy, and also focus on the various features, various ideas, various concepts related to bureaucracy, which is mentioned by Weber, or also focus on the criticism of Weber in bureaucracy. It can at least it can be utilized in your Indian administration question paper. That is also very important. That is the basic ideals, factors, and issues of bureaucracy can be quoted in the Indian administration as well. And related to the next one, that is MB Foley. The questions will be primarily from the conflict or the criticism of MB Foley. And there can also be questions related to power, authority, control, coordination, planning, etc. But most probably the question will be from the conflict or the other section, that is criticism of MB Foley. And finally, Elton Mayo. Regarding Elton Mayo, you need to understand all the experiments conducted by Elton Mayo. And after that, you need to focus on how to answer this question, or what are the objectives of Elton Mayo's idea. And also you focus on giving importance to the human relation, how the human relations can be useful in organizational analysis, and also how the informal organizations work for the organization in developing efficiency, etc. So we will start with the first question. The first question is, the concepts of rationality and efficiency are intertwined in the bureaucratic analysis of Max Weber. Comments. This is a 10 marker question. You have 7 minutes completed, 8 minutes completed by 3:41. Start writing, completed by 3:41. After that, we will have a discussion. Start writing. Okay, so time up. Have you written the answer? Can anybody share any ideas? How did you write this answer? Yes, Amal, go on.
ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇൻട്രൊഡക്ഷൻ എഴുതി. അതായത് ബ്യൂറോക്രസി എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ സൊസൈറ്റി കൺട്രോൾ ചെയ്യാനുള്ള മെക്കാനിസം ആണ്. പിന്നെ റാഷണാലിസം വെച്ചാൽ 2 റാഷണാലിസം ഉണ്ട്, പോസിറ്റീവ്, നെഗറ്റീവ്. പോസിറ്റീവ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഒരു സ്പെസിഫിക് ആയിട്ടുള്ള സൈനിക് റീസൺ ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും. നെഗറ്റീവ് വെച്ചാൽ സൈനിക് റീസൺ കാണത്തില്ല. എക്സാമ്പിൾ ആയിട്ട് COVID-19 വാക്സിൻ വന്നപ്പോൾ ആദ്യം ആൾക്കാർക്ക് വാക്സിൻ എടുക്കാൻ താല്പര്യമില്ലായിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ അത് അപ്പോൾ ആ സമയത്ത് നെഗറ്റീവ് റാഷണാലിസം ആയിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ അത് സിറ്റുവേഷൻ മാറിയപ്പോൾ അത് പോസിറ്റീവ് റാഷണാലിസം മാറി. പിന്നെ ബ്യൂറോക്രസിക്ക് ഇന്റഗ്രിറ്റി, ഓണസ്റ്റി, സയന്റിസം, റാഷണാലിറ്റി, പിന്നെ ഇമ്പാർഷ്യാലിറ്റി എന്ന ഐഡിയാസ് ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പൊ ഇങ്ങനെ ഇമ്പാർഷ്യാലിറ്റി അങ്ങനെ ഐഡിയാസ് ഉള്ളതുകൊണ്ട് നെപ്പോട്ടിസം ഒക്കെ പ്രിവെന്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. അങ്ങനത്തെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ എഫിഷ്യൻസിയിലേക്ക് ലീഡ് ചെയ്യും. അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ.
So actually that is rationalization process. That is not rationality. There is an issue with that. Anyone else? Yes, Vishnu.
ജസ്റ്റ് വെബറിന് ഒരു ഇൻട്രോ കൊടുത്തതിന് ശേഷം ബ്യൂറോക്രസിയുടെ എമർജ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള 2 റീസൺസ് ഉണ്ട്. പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ്, മറ്റേ ഡെമോക്രസി വന്നതും, പിന്നെ ക്യാപിറ്റലിസം പോലുള്ളത് വന്നതും. അപ്പൊ ഈ ഡെമോക്രസി വന്നപ്പോൾ ലീഗൽ നാഷണൽ അതോറിറ്റിയുടെ റിക്വയർമെന്റ്, ഈ ക്യാപിറ്റലിസം വന്നപ്പോൾ എഫിഷ്യൻസി ഇത് മറ്റേ ഉള്ള ഡിപ്പെൻഡൻസും വന്നു. അതിനുശേഷം ഓരോ ഫീച്ചേഴ്സ് ഇതിൽ ഏതാണ് ഇൻഷുർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്.
But it is also enough to you need to address the rationality and efficiency, how rationality and efficiency are brought together. You can give it as an example. Your answer should not be in such a way. Mohana, Prashant. Anything to add, Mohana?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, definitely.
So rationality is because Bulgarian bureaucracy implements rules and regulations in an objective manner and
Yes.
in value neutral manner.
Yes.
Efficiency is because there is a hierarchical setup and discipline is ensured so that accountability also is ensured so that the organization functions in an efficient manner.
Okay, that is kind of an answer. Okay, no issues. We will elaborate on that also. Anyone else? So the idea here is that when you answer the question, you need to focus on few things. That is, the question asks about the concepts of rationality and efficiency are intertwined in the bureaucratic analysis of Max Weber. That is, you need to address that. The concepts first, rationality and efficiency, and the question states that it is intertwined in the bureaucratic analysis. That is, the primary focus of the bureaucracy is about rationality and efficiency. How the both rationality and efficiency are added into the organization. That should be your objective, or that should be your strategy to answer this question. That is, you need to decode the question in such a way that, or interpret the question in such a way that how the rationality and efficiency are seen together in the organizational or bureaucratic analysis of Max Weber. So you can mention that, or you can start with the rationality in bureaucracy. We can say that the bureaucracy is identified as a legal rational authority, and it believed that the written records and all other activities mentioned, all the features of the bureaucracy mentioned by Max Weber provides it with the enough rationality. That is, there is scientism, there is competence, there is written records, impersonal laws. All these trying to focus on bringing up rationality. And you should also focus on the next idea after addressing the introduction. This should be your introduction part. After addressing that, you are going to focus on the how the rationality and efficiency are working together, or how the rationality is bringing the efficiency, or how they can be seen together in bureaucracy. So first of all, we can say that impersonal laws or all other features of organization is trying to improve the rationality. And also we can say that the efficiency is brought by the other features such as the laws, or we can say the written records. All these try to improve the efficiency. That is, the objective of bureaucracy itself is to improve the efficiency. As Vishnu suggested, we can give that the primary reason of the development of bureaucracy itself is for efficiency. That is, predictability and efficiency is the most important requirement for bureaucracy. Predictability and efficiency was the most important requirement for the capitalism. So bureaucracy tried to provide that. And also we can say that the question asked about bureaucratic analysis of Max Weber. Even after he also has certain negative ideas related to the bureaucracy, he mentions that there can be improvement, or efficiency can be improved with the adoption of representative bureaucracy, or amateurism, or collegiality. All these types. For example, there can be a chances of alienation. Then if we need to improve the efficiency, we need to add the ideas of amateurism, collegiality, etc. All these content cannot be added in a 10-marker question. Instead of that, you are going to focus on bringing maximum content as possible. So your idea should be built upon the ideas of rationality and efficiency, or everything should be built upon the ideas of rationality, and you need to add how the rationality and efficiency can be seen together in bureaucracy. That is the objective of this question. You need to just focus on this kind of ideas. No other ideas is required here. As Amal, Vishnu and Mohana suggested, those ideas can also be added into this question. But you should remember that this question is not about all the content. This is about understanding the question. Question interpretation is the most important requirement for this question. So focus on QI, or question interpretation, and understand the question. After that, you start writing. Okay. Without understanding the question, we should not write this question. And we can conclude with the criticism and way forward how the newer system, that is organic adaptive model, etc., is trying to work better on the rationality and efficiency, how it can improve the system. Or you can say that bureaucracy is not able to work in a flexible situation or a dynamic situation. At the same time, we will be focusing on the organic adaptive models of Aaron Bennis or adhocracy of, who mentioned adhocracy? Alvin Toffler. Mention these and conclude your answer. Am I clear? Yes, we will move to the next question. MB Foley. MB Foley traced the foundational value of business and enterprise on her way to understand the organism of governmental machinery. Comments. Start writing. This is a 15-marker question. 15 marks. You have 12 minutes. Okay, it's 13 minutes. Completed in 13 minutes. That is, time starts now. So you need to complete the question by 4:02. 4:02. Completed by 4:02. Start writing. All right, time up. So we should start discussing the question. MB Foley traced the foundational value of business and enterprise on her way to understand the organism of governmental machinery. Comment. Will you answer this question? Yes, Sama, go on.
Sir, MB Foley ആദ്യമായിട്ട് ഹ്യൂമൻസ് റോൾ വേണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞത് ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ആളാണ്. പിന്നെ ഇൻട്രൊഡക്ഷൻ ആയിട്ട് എഴുതാം. പിന്നെ ഗവൺമെന്റ് സിസ്റ്റം എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ രണ്ട് തരത്തിൽ ഡെമോക്രസി ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു, റെപ്രസെന്റേറ്റീവും പാർട്ടിസിപ്പേറ്റീവ്. അപ്പൊ MB Foley പറഞ്ഞ പാർട്ടിസിപ്പേറ്റീവ് റെപ്രസെന്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ നല്ലത്, അതാണ് ഹാർമണി കൊണ്ടുവരുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ പിന്നെ കോൺഫ്ലിക്ട് റെസൊല്യൂഷൻ ഐഡിയാസിലൂടെ റിലേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് എഴുതാം. അതായത് 3 തരത്തിലുള്ള കംപ്രസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഐഡിയാസ്, ഇന്റഗ്രേഷൻ വഴി പ്രോബ്ലംസ് റിസോൾവ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഐഡിയാസ്, അതൊക്കെ അങ്ങനെ കണക്ട് ചെയ്ത് എഴുതി. പിന്നെ ഓർഡർ ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് പാർട്ടിസിപ്പേറ്റീവ് ഡെമോക്രസി ആണെങ്കിൽ സിറ്റുവേഷൻ, എൻവയോൺമെന്റ്, പിന്നെ ഡൈനാമിക് സിറ്റി, ഇത് കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യും.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Vishnu, Mohana, Dom, Praveen, Digil. So I'll start discuss. Okay, so in this question, the question asks for MB Foley. Keywords are foundational value, and final one is organism of governmental machinery. That is, MB Foley traced the foundational value of business and enterprise on her way to understand the organism of governmental machinery. So what are the foundational values represented by MB Foley? Foundational values identified by MB Foley with regard to the organization or business or enterprises.
Dot column, dot interpersonalization.
And these are not foundational values. That is correct, but there are some foundational values addressed by MB Foley. What are the foundational values addressed by MB Foley?
Conflict, order, leadership.
Yes, that is authority, responsibility, order, leadership, power, etc. These are the foundational values of organization. That is, you are going to mention about, in the first part, you are going to give an introduction of MB Foley. That is, MB Foley is a bridge between human relations and classical school. He mentioned about the dynamic administration. She mentioned about the dynamic administration. All those ideas can be mentioned. After that, you need to mention about the foundational authority ideas. That is conflict, authority, power, responsibility, order, all the leadership. All these things should be mentioned. That is, you are going to identify the foundational values that can be utilized in the organizational analysis. For example, authority, how authority can be utilized, or how conflict. When you mention about the conflict, you can mention Article 263. What is the idea of Article 263? Interstate Council. Interstate Council says that conflict is good, and objective of Interstate Council is to ensure that the conflict is resolved through integration. You can mention as an example, that is, when the organizational or the government machinery is analyzed, we can use the same organizational principles, the basic ideas, that is foundational values of organization can be utilized in the analysis of government machinery. You can give the order, leadership, power, how the power is transferred, why there should be a requirement of coactive power than coercive power, why there should be a requirement for fact control rather than man control. Understand those. What is functional leadership? You can mention these and explain these ideas in the usability for governmental machinery. And finally, you can conclude with an idea related to the forthcoming thinkers such as Chester Bernard or Simon or Likert or anyone. The same ideas was elaborated by Likert, McGregor, etc. in relation to conflict and all. Give mention of that also and complete your answer. Very simple question, very basic question. Understand the question. Public administration is not about content, it is about the understanding the question. Whenever you can interpret the question, understand the question, your answer will be much more better. So do focus on improving the quality of your interpretation. Take a question every day, take a 5 or 6 questions every day, and try to think about the answer, not to write. Writing is enough. Daily we are going to write 3 questions till the mains examination. That is enough for you, but it is not enough for understanding the question. If you want to improve your question understanding, you are going to evaluate the question on a daily basis. That is, you are going to prepare the answers for within your mind. Whenever you practice that, whenever you practice for a very long time, that is 2 or 3 months, definitely your question interpretation will be improving. Do follow that. Do interpret the question. Any doubts regarding this question? Anybody? Any doubts? So we are moving to the next question. Okay, Hima Das. Yes, Hima, what is the doubt? Conclusion, you can mention about the newer thinkers such as Simon, Bernard, McGregor, or Likert. You mentioned that the same foundational values were utilized by the other thinkers in analyzing the government machinery. For example, Likert mentioning about the win-win situation and all, conflict resolution, order. Everybody is looking forward to the same kind of idea, different interpretation of it. Or acceptance theory of order is there. Simon's theory of zone of denial, zone of acceptance, all those zone of indifference, all those concepts by Bernard, Simon, etc. are there. You can mention any of these and complete this. A forward-looking conclusion is enough. Okay, Lakshmi. What is the doubt, Lakshmi?
Sir, ഒരു എക്സാമ്പിൾ ആയിട്ട് ഇതാ ഡൗട്ടാണ്. ഇപ്പം നമ്മുടെ ഗവൺമെന്റ് മെഷീനറി ആയതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ കോൺഫ്ലിക്ട്സും ഇന്റഗ്രേഷനും ഒക്കെ പാർലമെന്ററി സിസ്റ്റത്തിന്റെ എക്സാമ്പിൾ ആയിട്ട് പറയാമോ?
Conflicts in parliamentary system, it would be better to focus on the different units of government. Federalism can be the best example for conflict. That is Article 263 trying to reduce the conflict between center and state. That would be a better strategy. That is, we are focusing only on executive part.
Okay, sir.
Anyone else? So, okay, next one. Yes.
ഇതില് ഈ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനില് MP4 ഐഡിയാസ് പ്രൈവറ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ബോഡീസിൽ എങ്ങനെ അപ്ലിക്കബിൾ ആവുന്നതാണോ അതോ ഗവൺമെന്റിൽ അപ്ലിക്കബിൾ ആവുന്നതാണോ നമ്മൾ ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്തത്?
No, actually in this question you are going to understand the values in the private organization and then how it can be applied in the government machinery, or how the government machinery can be utilized in the same foundational values. comparison would be better. So, shall we move to the next question? What is distinctive about the classical and human relations schools of administration is their complementarity to each other. This is a 10-mark question. Write it as 10-mark question. 7 minutes. Completed by 480. Completed by 480. Start writing. Completed by 480. Okay. So time up. Let's start discussion. What is distinctive about the classical and human relations school of administration is the complementarity to each other. Analyze. How are you going to answer this question?
ഈ രണ്ട് സ്കൂളും ഇതേപോലെ ഒരു ഓർഗനൈസേഷന്റെ രണ്ട് പാർട്ടിനെയാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിൽ. ഉദാഹരണത്തിന് മെത്തേഡും മെഷീൻ ഇവര് ക്ലാസിക്കൽ തിങ്കേഴ്സ് നോക്കുമ്പോൾ മാൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ എലമെന്റിനെയാണ് ഈ ഹ്യൂമൻ റിലേഷൻ നോക്കുന്നത്. പിന്നെ ഫോർമൽ ഗ്രൂപ്പ്സിനെ ക്ലാസിക്കൽ തിങ്കേഴ്സ് നോക്കുമ്പോൾ ഇൻഫോർമൽ ഗ്രൂപ്പ്സിനെ ഹ്യൂമൻ റിലേഷൻസ് നോക്കുന്നു. പിന്നെ ക്ലാസിക്കൽ തിങ്കേഴ്സ് എക്സ്റ്റേണൽ മോട്ടിവേഷൻ ലൈക്ക് പേയ്മെന്റ് പ്രൊമോഷൻ അതുപോലുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ human relations, motivation, moral പോലുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളെ ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്യുന്നു.
Yes, exactly. Very good answer. That is the basic thing you need to focus on, and you should also add the idea of objectives. What is the objective of both schools? Efficiency and effectiveness. That is the objective of both schools. So you just need to mention the classical and human relations school are two sides of a coin. And they will work in complementarity. For example, the classical school, if you consider the McQueen's idea of men, material and methods, as Vishnu mentioned, men, materials and methods, the first part, that is methods and materials, will be focused on by classical school. At the same time, men will be focused on by the human relations school, and that is both of them is working together to form an output or increase in output or the efficiency of the organization. That is the only objective. And also you can say that the classical school will be primarily focused on the organizational formal structure. At the same time, human relations school will be focusing on the informal organization and the motivation, morale, and all the part of human relations related to human values, human principles, human social system will be addressed by the human relations school. So it is very simple question, very direct question. You just understand that the objectives of the both classical school and human relations school is same, and in line to that they are addressing the demand of the question or demand of the organization. That is, you mentioned about the ideas of classical school and human relations school. First give a small comparison, very small comparison of human relation and classical school in the introduction. After that, mention the complementarity of both human relation. That is, you can start with the objectives and all of the school, and also you mention about the economy and efficiency objectives. All these things should be added in your, and finally in the conclusion part you are going to mention about, even though they have work in complementarity, they have such type of decisions or differences. For example, the human relations school only focus on the human values, human relations, so organization as a social system. At the same time, classical school forget to understand the idea. Just mentioning the differences completes the question. Am I clear? Any doubts?
Conclusion common ആയിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യമാണ് പറയേണ്ടത്.
Well, you can go for differences. It would be better. That is, already the complementarity is mentioned in the introduction and body part. Finally, you are going to mention about the differences. Even though there are complementarities, you can also identify certain kind of differences. That is the idea. Okay.
ഒരു കാര്യം കൂടെ
Ah.
സാർ, ഇത് ടേബിൾ വരച്ച് എഴുതാൻ പാടുണ്ടോ? അങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യാമോ? ഒരു സൈഡിൽ ക്ലാസിക്കൽ
No, it is not wise to draw a table here because the question asks about the complementarity. It would be better to give it in a point or in a paragraph manner. That would be a better strategy. Okay, so that's it for today. Any other doubts? So thank you all. We will see you again
Sir?
tomorrow. Oh, yes. Yes,
സർ,
Lakshmi.
ഈ തമ്മിൽ സിമിലാരിറ്റീസ് ഉണ്ടെന്ന് പറയാമോ സർ? സൈമൺ വന്നിട്ട് ഫാക്ട് ഇൻട്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ നോക്കിയെന്ന് പറയാം.
Sorry,
അത്
Lakshmi, I didn't
എഴുതാമോ
hear.
അങ്ങനെ?
Can you repeat?
ഹലോ സർ, കേൾക്കാമോ?
Yes, yes.
ഹലോ സർ, അതിൽ ഡിസിമിലാരിറ്റീസ് നമ്മൾ പറയുമ്പോൾ സിമിലാരിറ്റീസ് പോലെ എങ്ങനെ എഴുതാമോ? അല്ലെ സൈമൺ സയന്റിഫിക് സ്റ്റഡി അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഫാക്ട് വേണം എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിൽ കൊണ്ടുവന്നു എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട്?
Yes, anything can be, no issues with that. Primarily focus on the Elton Myers and Chester Bernard's idea. The school of Simon and all is primarily of behavioral school. It would be better to stick on to ideas of Elton Myers.
Okay.
So, thank you all. Hope you are getting something from this session. So we will continue tomorrow. Please send us your answers. We will evaluate and give the feedback. So thank you all. Thank you very much.